Well, more than 200 people gathered at the St. John's Port Authority this afternoon to protest the decision to install a security fence, which Heather just referred to, which would block about 60% of the waterfront, denying public access. The group started their rally at the Port Authority building, paraded through the downtown to the harbour front, and concluding at St. John's City Hall. All the while, Pam Parsons was covering their protest. She joins us live now from the newsroom. Pam.
Good evening, Fred. Yes, that's right. Crowds gathered downtown to protest this decision. They paraded through to downtown, as you mentioned, of course, ultimately ending up at St. John's City Hall, but it all started at the St. John's Port Authority.
Together, let's make our way down to the harbour front, the non-gated section.
St. John's resident and activist Mark Wilson led today's demonstration, protesting the plan to fence a majority of the St. John's waterfront. According to this group, the St. John's Port Authority, along with St. John's City Council, decided a fence was needed for safety and security purposes without consulting with taxpayers.
And we knew about the harbour fence. We knew that it was going to cost some money for taxpayers, but at the same time, it wasn't clear what the size was, what kind of, what the access was going to be. No, I don't think anybody really knew that it was going to be such a restricted access project.
They say denying the people of this province access to the waterfront is taking away a rite of passage. And a fence would allow tourists, cruise and oil ship industry personnel full access, and at the same time, shutting residents out.
What we can ask is that, we can have the same level of access that is there today, which is which when cruise ships come in, they close it down. I understand that. I mean, they could also take cruise ships to the other side of the harbor or something. Maybe there's another solution. Bring us into the discussion. That's what we need to have happen after this. We need City Council to understand that we need to be part of this discussion and we need to be part of a solution.
I also spoke with officials from the St. John's Port Authority, and they say ultimately they have no choice but to go ahead with the security fencing.
Reasons for this to be done. Number one is that we've got no choice. We've got Transport Canada telling us that we have a particular vulnerability with regard to the temporary fencing that we currently have in place there now. That doesn't measure up to their requirements any longer, and also is the basic fact that life safety is important on what is an industrial site, and we can't have people just simply going up and down there next to welders and next to trucks that are backing up. So there's a security aspect and there's a safety aspect as well, but for that portion.
And ultimately, officials say whether or not St. John's City Hall is on board, the St. John's Port Authority has the power to go ahead with the decision. Fred?
NTV's Pam Parsons reporting live for us tonight from the newsroom. Thanks, Pam.